Hello, welcome to Intuitive Insights in Tarot. I'm Scott, and this is my special guest, Veronica. Hi, Veronica.
Hello. Hi.
So, I was all set up to do a private reading this morning, and I don't know what happened because I had many emails with this person last night, make sure that they knew that it would be 8 o'clock my time in the morning and 9 o'clock in the East Coast. I got up early for it, and they weren't there. So I started looking through Messenger, seeing who's online, see if anybody wanted to come on and talk to me live. And Veronica said, "I will, I will."
Yeah, I thought it'd be
So
fun.
thanks. Hmm.
We need an update though on you and how your situation is going with your visa. I was kind of
Uh,
concerned about that.
yeah. So it was. I was so stressed on Friday because my that was a week ago or so. Because my visa was expiring on Sunday, and the visa offices are all closed during the weekend. And I was feeling kind of stupid because I waited to the last moment to do it, but it worked every time before. And the information I got off the internet said that I should be able to do it again. So I was shocked, and everybody saw me make that video where I'd just gotten basically a big gut punch, and I contacted an agency who handles this kind of thing, and I've been working with them for I've been using them for 15 years, but I didn't know if he'd be able to renew my visa, being as everything was closed. But long story short, he got it on Saturday, and somehow he's got these contacts with the immigration. He was able to get me 2 month visa. It's this like special visa that they have for people who cannot travel. It's called literally a COVID cannot travel visa,
Oh, wow.
uh, and so that's a relief, right? And now he's working on getting me the 1 year retirement visa. I haven't heard back from him yet, but he's got all my documents and everything. And with this type of thing, no news is good news. So I'm just waiting to hear back from him, and I'm excited because this is the first time I'll have like a 1 year visa in years. So everything's looking really good. I want to say huge thank you to all the moral support people who came to me and commented and just told me, think positive. Because, yeah, I have to admit that day, my thoughts went to the very worst case scenario of things that could happen, you know. But that only lasted for about a day. And I was able to shake off all the dread and fear that I had from that and think positively. And as everybody knows, our thoughts and intentions create our reality. And it looks very, very hopeful now. So I'm very happy. Hi, Evie. Thank you for being here. So, yeah, I'm now very hopeful. Everything's going to be okay. So this is kind of funny. I've had all the paperwork to get married to Nina for over a couple years now. So I know I refer to Nina as my wife very often
Mm-hmm.
because I don't care about the legal part of it. In the eyes of God and to us, we're married. It's a common law marriage. So yeah, she's my wife for all intents and purposes. Um, but after that thing with immigration and they're questioning me like, why are you still in the country? Do you have family? I'm like, I'm engaged. And then they said, well, do you have children together yet? I'm like, what difference does that make? I'm engaged. Um, Anyways, I came home and I said, we really need to make this marriage thing legal. Like if one of us is sick and in the hospital and on life support, the other one can't even come in the room.
Wow. Right. Wow.
Right. Or if, some
Mm-hmm.
kind of legal thing happens or whatever, we need to be legally and she agreed and yeah, that would be cool. And so I said, listen, let's just get it done, you know. And it's not like, for us, it's not a big thing, really. You know, we don't see it that way. And I said, let's just go down to the courthouse and get it done, and let's do it on April 1st, April Fool's Day, because I'm notorious for doing April Fool's jokes on Facebook. And I just thought, how funny would this be? I can tell everybody I got married on April Fool's Day, and everybody's going to think it's a joke, and this time it's going to be real. But then then she goes, well, where's your passport? Oh, yeah, my passport is with the agent who's getting the visa ready. So, of course, I can't get married without a passport. So it's going to be put off again. We'll probably do it maybe next year. Anyways, that's all that's going on with me.
So was that the big breaking news you were going to tell us the other day?
Oh yeah, that was. I was alluding to that. Yeah. And I was gonna do it. I was gonna go live from there and like show us sign the paper, because that's all it would have been.
Well, me and my husband got married in the hospital parking lot. We just signed papers. I used to work at the hospital, and I'm like, we got to just get married. We had court stuff going on with his ex-wife, whatever. I'm like, we got to just get married. So I had justice of the peace. He was a security guard at the hospital. He signed some papers and we got married.
Yeah.
Very
that's
romantic.
Kind of how it would have been for us. And I'm hoping one day that we'll have like a celebration, and at least somebody from my family, you know, not one person from my family has ever been to Thailand to visit me.
Wow.
I've had one friend. He was a fellow hiker from the Appalachian Trail, and he didn't really come here to visit me. He was coming to Thailand, and he knew I was here, and he came and stayed with me for a few days. But he's the only person from my old life who's come to visit me in Thailand. So,
wow. That's terrible.
Anyhow, I was all set up to do a video, and I thought, who's online? Who would like to come on with me? And yeah, so Veronica said she'd like to come on and ask some questions about some topical things that are going on.
Oh, sure. Well, with the what was it, the Oscars the other night, Academy Awards, whatever, nobody watches it, so they kind of needed some ratings. So the whole Chris Rock and Will Smith, what was that all about? Was that real? Was it?
My instinct told me that it was kind of real, actually.
Oh, really?
And I know everybody automatically, oh, it's on TV, it can't be real. This was staged, this was pre-planned. But I don't know, I had the sense from it that was real. I don't think Chris Rock's that good an actor, you know. You know how he, like, afterwards he was like, Keto says it did not really look like Chris Rock. I don't know.
That's another question I have for you too. Was it really Will Smith and Chris Rock? Okay,
that might be. But you know, like Chris Rock was real, or whoever the person was there looking like Chris Rock. He was really taken aback. He's like, today we're gonna give out a documentary. I mean, an Oscar for a documentary. And anyways, you know, maybe I'm wrong, but it really felt real to me. So let's ask the first question. Let's ask the person on stage who was slapped by the person calling himself Will Smith. Did he know that was going to happen? So oh, my battery's running low. Hold on a sec. I thought I had it plugged in. What's going on here? Okay. Yeah. So was it really a surprise, or was it pre-planned? That's the question. And then we'll find out if these were real people. Okay, I'm going to switch my camera view. so you guys can see my cards. Oh. Okay, so was it really a surprise? That's the question. Or was it pre-planned? Two of Cups. See, this already is looking like it was a surprise. Okay. So Chris Rock and Will Smith, or the people playing them, we'll just say that for now, okay? They're, of course, they're friends. You know, they know each other. But this was not expected. This judgment, it was, you know, that's like a revelation. Something happens, and then the Seven of Wands coming up here. So think of this as being Chris Rock, or the person playing him, on stage, and then he gets attacked. You know, so and it was not planned out. This is the Seven of Wands is very unique, right? But then the outcome is the person playing Will Smith's like, yeah, I'm sorry. I was just, you know, I don't even know why I did it. And they're friends again. Okay. So according to these cards, it really was an impromptu thing that happened that was not pre-staged. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people are going to get up in arms and say, oh, no, that's not true. Everything's pre-planned and staged. Well, that's not what the cards are saying here, at least not for me. All right. So that's, now there's a whole other ways you could look at it, like what was Will Smith MK'd Ultra to do it or something like that. Anyways, what's the next question? You want to find out if it
was really them. Yeah.
Okay, which one you want to do first?
Chris Rock.
Okay.
Because I do believe they were both on the Epstein flight log. So.
Oh, right.
I'm hoping they got rid of all them people already.
Okay, excuse me. All right, so was the person calling himself Chris Rock, was that the original? Okay, switch my camera again here. Guess I'm gonna have to break down and buy the professional StreamYard so I can have 3 cameras going. Okay. Well, that's looking like it was really him. Because he's coming up as the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. So the way I asked the question was that really him? So we're getting, yes, it was. In like, you know, he was already like contacted to do the award ceremony. We got 2 aces in here. The outcome, he'll probably be doing it again in the future. Chris Rock, or I mean, it's so yeah. As far as the cards are concerned, that is the authentic original Chris Rock. Okay. And don't ask me, people. I just read the cards. And Will Smith, let's look at him too. but I'm curious. I'm more interested in is Will Smith. Did he get like a trigger? Like, was he
Well,
MK
that's what I
Ultra?
was going to say too, because he was laughing at Chris Rock's joke. And then
Right.
he looked over at his wife, Jada, and that's when he got up and did what he did. So, like, I wonder if she is his handler.
Was it a what's it called, a pre-suggestion, like a suggest what, how do you say that, hypnotic suggestion?
Yeah.
And then like it was involuntary, so he was, you know, MK to Ultra, and then that was like the how do I say it, Veronica?
What was it, triggered? Maybe is that like,
yeah, there's a keyword or something like that.
Was
anyways, that's
just
the question.
MK Ultra, if they have like a word that somebody says, then they are activated.
Yeah. Was he act? Because it seemed like he did just turn on a switch, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm thinking his wife is his handler. So, because as soon as he looked at her, he flipped. So
he changed completely. Oh yeah. See this 8 of Wands? So that's like this message. He had been preloaded with a message, or with a Oh, and we got the yes. Oh wow. So this was an example of how someone was pre-programmed, and then the eye roll. I just saw today that Jada did this eye roll. Maybe that was the trigger, and then it totally flipped him. So the chariot, he's coming up as the chariot. So he's like a soldier, and he's like waiting for the signal. And then this fool, he could have been made to do anything that he was triggered to do. I mean, if he'd had a gun and was told to shoot the guy, he would have done that. So, and then we got the yes here, and 3 of Wands in the world. So he was completely controlled, and he probably didn't even realize what he was doing until like after he had done it. Okay, and was it the real Will Smith? All right, we'll do that real quick.
he did look very young.
But they both did. I thought,
yeah.
Like I heard Chris Rock is my age. I'm 58, and he sure doesn't look that old. But yeah, it's Hollywood. They have makeup and Botox and hair implants or whatever. And they said that Jada has alopecia, and come on, really, these multi-millionaires don't have, she can't get like a special treatment to grow her hair back, or like a really good wig, or
right.
Okay, so was that the real Will Smith? Oops, these all upside down. Okay, so this new deck of cards I got, as people know, I normally don't read upside down cards for a lot of reasons. I explained it, and this one I don't know. There's no up or down on the backside, so I can't put them all upright before I start. So I'm gonna go ahead and read that, or I'm gonna take a note that was upside down before I flip it back. So no, that was not the the original Will Smith. Okay, so something happened in the past with the old one, and we had this judgment upside down. So, and he's 10. A 10 is an ending, and then a 3 of Pentacles is like bringing in the new guy, and then the outcome is the Fool. So here, the Fool is completely new clone, possibly. I know there's been some news. Somebody sent me a video recently about clones. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm really starting to believe that clones are a real thing. And like he was in waiting, and yeah, they pulled the clone out. The Fool is a blank slate. They can imprint anything onto that new clone that they want. So yeah, I'm going to say that was not the original Will Smith. Okay, and then what was the next thing? Are we done with them?
I think we're done with them. I mean, I wonder if it was a green screen that they were using. I don't know if it matters, but I mean, I wonder if any of them were really there, if they were. But you can move on. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, you had some other questions, right?
Yeah. I was wondering, there's been a lot of talk about Senator Grassley lately. I'm just wondering if he is going to replace Biden temporarily as a president.
Okay, so you want to explain that to me? Because as people know, I don't know anything about what's really going on here. I haven't been following this. So explain it to me like I'm a 2-year-old.
He just went to Congress yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. I don't know the whole story because I kind of try not to follow too much. He went to Congress and he was basically exposing Biden, the Biden family, Biden laptop, just showing the media how corrupt the media is. And he's just basically exposing it all, everything that we've been talking about as the truth and how it's misinformation, disinformation. He's bringing it all out saying, no, it's not misinformation. It is the truth. So, and he's got all the evidence and he's bringing it to Congress.
So the Biden laptop, the Hunter Biden laptop, that's actually out there now. I mean, people are finally, after like all this time when you and I and all of us, people who are awake knew about it. And they're not even talking about the most heinous crimes that are on that.
Oh, right. Laptop. I know.
We can't say him doing things with young people, young girls. That one, I'm convinced was, how do I say, the former president, the African-American supposed president, Mr. O.B., his daughter, right?
Right. Yeah.
Holy crap.
Not even his daughter. We know it's not his daughter, but
right.
That's another topic.
Oh, I should get into the Obama being the clone of Akhenaten and Nefertiti being, anyways, that's a whole other thing. So I got sidetracked. So what's the question?
So is Senator Grassley going to replace Biden intermittently until Trump returns or until?
Okay, well, hold on. I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. That's assuming Biden.
Assuming Trump is coming back.
Well,
and assuming Biden is gonna.
So how would Biden be not president? How would that happen?
I don't know. I wonder if the laptop is going to expose all of his crimes or the 25th Amendment, or I heard about, I don't know. It gets crazy. So I don't know.
Yeah. Luna's talking about the credit card that showed,
Yeah.
The daughter's name. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that was over a year ago. My God.
Oh, it was before the election, right? And they quick buried it. Yep.
Not to people listening to this, but oh my God, you people around the world and in America, what the F? I mean, come on. Why is it taking people so long?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Okay, so I want to know, let's ask it this way. Will President B finish out his term? He's got only 2 more years left, right?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know. Because none of us expected it to go on this long, right?
No.
Yeah, that's why I don't follow it anymore. And I believe the 17th letter of the alphabet thing was real, but I think it also got interfered with, and then you couldn't believe anything. And okay, let's see how long Biden's going to be there. Well, it's not him.
Wait, I figured it wasn't him.
The cards say that right away.
The clone or the masked man or whoever.
Yeah, I made a comment on one of the President B's YouTube videos where he was talking. I said James Woods should get an Oscar for his portrayal in this role, and it got 120 likes, and all these people are saying yes. And look at the comments. So many people are saying this is a joke. That's not him, and it's almost like everybody knows now, not just the awake people. So I got this 7 of Pentacles here, and how can I read that? It's like either he's already used up 70% of his time. So if he's been there for 2 years and he's used up 70%, then that means a few more months, right? What's 30% of 2 years? What's 30% of 24?
He hasn't been there 2 years yet, though. It's only been because he got inaugurated January 20th. So it's only a year and 2 months. So 13, 14
so it's
months.
Been 14 months. 70% of 14 is, so according to this, possibly in just a few months, he might step down. Or the other way I could read it is in 7 months from now, he will be down. And then we have this good military card. All right, so I'm thinking he's not going to finish his term, according to these cards, that the military is going to step in and possibly, and then we have this 2 of Wands. Like somebody is in the wings waiting to come on, and it's going to be the one that the Alliance has prepared. So who's that going to be? All right, so now that we see that it looks like, according to the cards, that sometime in the next few months, Biden will be stepping down. Okay, so now we can ask the question. You phrase the question.
Will Senator Grassley replace Biden?
And how does that work technically? Like it wouldn't be Kamala Harris?
No. I've heard that she couldn't be anyways because she's not. She's an anchor baby. I heard that in the very beginning too. So I don't know how she even got so far. And then it was supposed to be Pilosi after that. So I don't know. I'm sorry.
Right. So why are people saying it could be Grassley?
Because, well, the 17th letter of the alphabet always said trust Grassley, and they kind of alluded.
Okay.
And Pelosi's son, they all have ties to Ukraine.
That's right. Okay, so let's see. Will Grassley be the person stepping in for Biden as president? Lovers. Oh, let me change my camera. I'll let the audience see my cards. Four of Cups. An offer was made. But no, with this 10 of Wands, it won't be Grassley. Okay, but Grassley is definitely a good guy working with the Alliance. Okay, with this King of Wands. That's the good guy king. But this 10 of Wands says that it looks like they were considering him, but I think he turned it down. He said no. Like that's too much responsibility for him or something, that he can't handle that. And when the time is right, the whoever I think they have more than one person for the job, like I guess in the interim before there's a new election or something like that, and that will be could be a surprise to that person. So they've got like more than one person who they could go to, and that they're holding off on that. Like maybe they don't want the the bad guys to know who that is, because then they could go after that person. So they're holding that information until like the last minute, and then that person will come up. Okay.
Okay, I wonder if it would be Pilosi. That would be scary. I have heard, some people saying she is a white hat, so I don't know.
Really?
I have heard that before, but she's been she's been there for what, 40 plus years. So I don't know. But,
well, should we ask the cards?
Oh, please. I hope it's not her, but yes, let's ask it. Will Pilosi step in?
Well, if she does, then she'll be there to show people how bad things could be, because she'd have to be even worse than Mr. B.
Do you have you listened to Kim Clement? Have you heard his prophecies? Have you heard of the woman that was supposed to come in and save everything? Right. Is Pilosi that woman? I was like, it was. And wasn't it going to be the most hated woman, and then everyone was going to love her?
Charlie Freak doubled down on that, and he came out with this big prediction that Nancy Pelosi was going to come out, and she was going to she was going to be that woman. Yeah, you're right.
I didn't hear that, but I love Charlie Freak, so I'm going to have to go back.
Oh, yeah, he got a lot of shit for that.
Because I was like, who is the most hated woman? It could Hillary or Nancy. I mean.
Yeah, so I remember, and this was actually kind of why I stopped following Charlie Freak, because I was pretty excited about it. He's like, okay, tomorrow this is what's going to happen. Nancy Pelosi. It was before the they were having a hearing on whether or not the election would go through. I got to be careful what I say here live, yeah. And Charlie Freak's like, yeah, you watch and see. Nancy Pelosi's going to come on tomorrow, and she's going to throw out the election, and she's going to be the one who saves everything. And then it didn't happen. And I was like, because I loved his video, the one about the
takedown from A to Z.
Right. Thank you. Listen,
that was great. That was great.
Absolutely real. That opened my eyes so much. I'm like, wow, this makes so much sense. And I loved what he did with it. And then he did this thing, and he did it on Devlin, something Devlin.
Mark
British
Devlin?
guy.
Mark? Is it Mark Devlin?
Mark Devlin, right. He did it on Mark Devlin's show. And Mark Devlin even said, well, you're really going out on a limb here by saying that this could either make you or break you. And we haven't heard much from Charlie Freak since then, if you remember. Okay, so let's see if it's Nancy Pelosi is going to turn around and be a hero somehow. First, we should ask: Will she be the one stepping in for Biden? And then in those we'll see, and then what will be the result of her being there? Okay. Well, this is confusing. Looks like, oh my goodness. I got to turn on the camera here. Did I do that right? Yeah. So this is really, really strange. First off, we got the yes in the background. So like, it looks like that's a plan. All right. That this was a conceived plan that they had in the background. So she's coming up as the Hierophant. That's a Cabal card. Okay, so she definitely is Cabal. However, King of Swords, it's like they were able to flip her, probably by threatening her with I don't know, some type of really bad way to leave the Earth plane. Like you can go easy or you can go the hard way. So it looks like she's chosen to make a deal with, because the King of Swords speaks the truth, and then the Sun is the outcome. Holy crap. Yeah, they've got something on her. So with the Devil and the Six of Swords, so they've got all this dirt on her. Okay, that's what this Devil means. They've got her under their thumb. And this could be exactly like what we were just talking about. Like maybe Charlie Freak really did nail it. Maybe it is going to happen. It just did not on the timeline that he was expecting.
Yeah, his timeline, everybody's timelines is always off, but
yeah. So this Sun is like think of it as the best possible outcome.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, Nancy's evil. There's no doubt about that.
Right.
Okay. But they can use evil to their own ends. And also it's like the Democrats wouldn't argue with her being made president, right?
Right. And
then if it came from her, and this is what Charlie Freak was saying, go back and look at Mark Devlin's interview with Charlie Freak around that time. This would have been like November 4th or 5th, I think. I'm going to have to go back and look at it again myself too.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. So it looks like that's a possibility.
Well, if you notice, whenever she's walking around, you can tell that there are marshals with her. They're always surrounding her. You could tell that they're marshals. You could see the badges at their waist, Mm-hmm. So that's interesting. And
okay. Scary. Are there any? Can you look through the chat? Are there any questions? I'm asking for like topical questions. Anybody have anything about news that they want me to look at, or Veronica, one who speaks the truth? I'm saying that, people, because her name Veronica literally means one who speaks the truth. So it's pretty cool. Veracity, from the root veracity, which is truth. Are you there, Veronica?
Yep. I'm just looking for questions. Stock market crash impending. Will there be a stock market crash?
Okay.
I know you don't like timelines, but
Yeah. Well, let's don't ask it that way. Let's ask what's happening with the stock market in the next 3 months. Let's
okay,
ask it
what's
that way.
happening? What's happening in the next 3 months?
Stacy, remember, don't be sick about it. If it happens that way, then it's gonna be for a good reason.
That's a good
Look,
thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
look, we got the sun as the outcome. So don't don't let negativity come into your thinking. Think of it as that's going to be a good thing. They put these people out front to expose them, you know. Okay, what's going on with the stock market? 6 of Swords, Queen of Wands, Devil in the Past, Hierophant, so with this Devil in the Past, that means how that represents how it's been artificially upheld and you know, kept going through artificial means. And then the truth about it is going to come out. The Hierophant in the middle. Okay, let's look at the outcome. The outcome is the Chariot. The Chariot is wildly unpredictable. And with the moon next to it, it could swing wildly one way up and one way down. Then we got this Ace. So I'm thinking that the truth about how messed up, or I'm like trying to think of the right words here. That how unrealistic the stock market really is. I think that's going to be coming out. But because of this Chariot, it's going to take it could take a huge crash, and then maybe this Ace of Swords will be like the revaluation or something. So after this huge crash, it comes roaring back into a totally new territory. This could be the new financial system afterwards. So the stock market needs to crash before they can bring on the new money system that'll bring justice to the world. Justice right there, and the whole world celebrating. So that'll be a good thing. If you see this happen, the stock market take a huge crash, don't worry, because that's going to be like one of the markers for the beginning of the new financial system.
The new gold, it's gold backed, right? Correct?
Gold, yeah. Well, yeah.
Yes.
I think that's what the sword is saying. It would be a new gold backed financial system, a quantum financial system.
Okay. There's an interesting question here.
Okay.
Are our loved ones that have passed since 2015 really coming back to help us through the ascension process? This is from Cindy.
Coming back in what way, Cindy? Physically, like resurrected, or in a spiritual way? Like the same way Janine was having telepathic communication with her mother, I had telepathic communications with my father for 2 weeks after he passed away. So I think it's a little much to believe that they're going to rise from the dead, like we were taught in the Bible. So let's say more of a telepathic type of way, right? Spiritual way.
Yeah, she said it too. Jason Q, he mentions that people will be physically resurrected.
Okay, well, let's look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, I tend to be more pragmatic, and Jason Q and people like Gene Decode, those guys go a little bit too far in the deep end, even for me. And believe me, I'm a huge believer in the supernatural and just crazy stuff happening. Okay. But those guys really, I don't know. They take it to a place where it's hard for me to go. All right. But let's ask, will they physically be coming back? Why since 2015? I mean, you don't know the answer, but I'm just curious.
I don't know.
Okay, but I'm going to take the question at face value. Will people physically be returning from the dead? And that means my father's out because he died in 2011. That's not fair. You know, what about the people who lost? Anyways.
I know, it doesn't seem right?
Yeah, but hey, I'll ask. Look at that. First card's a yes. And the second card's a yes.
Oh my God.
And it's like a reunion.
When did my grandmother die?
3 of Cups could be thought of as like a reunion, celebrating.
Well, this might wake some people up, right?
Oh. Well, I mean, I just can only say what the cards say. The card. Read the question again.
Are our loved ones that have passed since 2015 really coming back to help us through the ascension process?
Well, according to this, yes. When? I don't know. You know, it could be next week. It could be 10 years from now. And of course, that we've got the 9 of Cups, so that would be like the ultimate wish coming true, right? The Queen of Wands says that there's truth to this also. So I'm getting all kinds of yes. Oh my God, another ace. That's just crazy. 3 aces. I'd go, if I was playing poker, I'd go all in.
Wow.
And then the Page of Wands, could think of that as rebirth of people. Oh, reincarnating. This could be the answer. They're not going to be rising up from their graves like zombies, even in a good way. They're reincarnating. They're being born, physically born as children again. That's what it is, people. Okay. Maybe they'll have their memories. Maybe already children are being born, reincarnating as our past loved ones, and they'll even have memories of who they were, and they'll bring all kinds of information from the other side. That's a possibility. Okay, that I can wrap my head around. Okay, but actually, like, I don't even think I can't even think of. I've got some uncles, aunts, and uncles, but I don't have, me personally, I don't have any really close loved ones who've passed away since 2015. But it would be a little bit hard to believe that these people are. How are they going to materialize? From where will their physical forms come from? Will the earth just form into them, and breathe life into them? No. But think about it. Children being born in the reincarnations of people who have died, passed away since 2015. That makes sense, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So start looking at these children who are now 7 or 8 years old, and see if they have, similarities to your loved ones who have passed away. And maybe they even know stuff. If they start telling you things, they know things, you better listen to them. Okay.
That's cool. No more questions. How about and my husband, will it have to do with 5D merging with 3D?
Well, 5D would have to supplant 3D, right? Instead of merge. Will it have to do with 5D? I'm not sure how to put that question. I'm just going to look around this whole 5D thing generally. New Earth. Okay, what's the connection between these reincarnated souls coming back and 5D? Page of Cups. Nostalgia. There's people from our past. New beginning. Oh, wow. All right, Dan, I think that was a good question here. So what'll happen is these children that are being born since 2015 will be 5D when they're born. Okay, they will be coming in already 5D people.
Huh.
And they're going to be like teaching us about because I think a lot of people are going to have a hard time coming into this, this new reality. So they're going to be there to help with that. It'll speed up the process.
Good.
Yeah, because it's going to be disappointing. People who don't understand this stuff, it's going to be disappointing for them. So they're going to need assistance with that. It'll open up. People will start getting in touch with their inner selves and opening their third eye and seeing things differently. So yeah, Dan, I think you're right. I think that this new wave of children being born since 2015 are going to help the process. And by the way, process is a key word here. I was hoping there would be this dramatic day of awakening, where, like, I used to be a big believer that Jesus Christ was going to come riding in on a white horse and angels in the sky and all this stuff. I don't really believe that anymore. I think it's a process. It's going to be gradual. I think it will be complete in my lifetime, because that was the prophecy that I received. Or I don't want to call it a prophecy. It was the message I received when I was 19 years old, that we would be entering into a new age in my lifetime. Okay. I'm 58. Shit, I could live to be 120. Who knows? Okay. That's why I keep telling people to be patient and live in the moment, live in the now, and live in the now as if we already were in the new earth, as if we already were in the new heaven. Find joy in every moment, even if you don't have money and you're only eating one meal a day and people are ostracizing you and you're all alone. There's plenty to be grateful for,
Absolutely.
So,
yep.
Anyways, I think that's about it for today. Veronica, thanks for being my support in this. I couldn't have done this alone. I don't feel comfortable doing these alone. Yeah, it's just a lot more fun to have somebody there to talk to.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime.
All right. And your reward will be your personal question answered after this.
All right. Thank you.
All right. So say goodnight, Veronica.
Good night, everyone.
Oh, no, you're supposed to say goodnight, Veronica.
Huh?
That's an old joke.
It's 11 o'clock here. I should be in bed.
Good for you, Evie. You retire. Me too. I've been semi-retired for a long time now. All right. So I'm going to end this broadcast. I want to thank all the people who came in and listened and asked the questions, and I'll see you next time.